Is AMCI Acquisition Corp-Advent Technology stock a buy? Advent is an innovation-driven company in the fuel cell and hydrogen technology space. Their technology applies to electrification, that is fuel cells, and energy storage, which is mostly flow batteries and hydrogen production. They have partnerships with OEMs and system integrators. And we have this piece here that says their primary goal is to help address the significant hydrogen infrastructure challenge. It has announced it is developing new automotive industry fuel cell technology for the purpose of helping to overcome the current challenges in the hydrogen infrastructure. Its new release, this is as far back as November 2020, that it will be working with the automotive industry fuel cell tech with Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Rensselaer is the oldest engineering institute in the US, and also they are collaborating with University of Texas in Austin, Los Alamos National Labs, the University of New Mexico, Toyota Motor North America R&D. They will collaborate on high temperature polymer electrolyte membrane. This is aimed to improve the fuel cell system's efficiency to reach 70% instead of the 60% efficiency at the moment. So is this stock a buy? There's even more news. There's even no more news before we try to see if we can answer that question. You can see us at last week, which was the 22nd of, or not right last week, about last month, 22nd of December 2020. It had a commitment of a $65 million private investment, and then its market cap is $225 million. It has a relatively low float of $14.574 million, and we can see what we have here. So we're jumping from that to the technicals already. You can see it looks like a very volatile stock, and this is likely to be because of, amongst other things, because of its relatively low float. And what this does is that it creates it leads to a spread between what you buy and how much you're going to sell it. So but before we talk more on that, let's see what's in store technically for AMCI. It appears to be corrected within a longer term bullish trend. Yes, it is correcting within a longer term bullish trend. That is it. Yes. And are currently trading below its short-term trend lines, but above its intermediate trend line. Although its MACD is presently above the signal line, shares remain 37.7% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that it is outperforming the S&P 500. Momentum for AMCI is strongly bearish, no doubt about that. This is the price rate of change. It is even in the negative. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator has fallen as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. There must be a reason for that. Yesterday's volume was heavier than usual, trading 540,983 shares versus an average of 404,759 shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So this is is in contrast to the momentum. So there has to be a compromise to find a balance there. So the unbalanced volume indicator is indicating that that there are presently buyers are presently more active than sellers, but also indicated that of late also that sells more shares to drive the price lower. Okay, well, it still doesn't absolutely mean that in the end that there are more sellers, more sellers. So it's just that some people have been selling shares, and it has had an effect on the momentum. So well, what can we see here? The stock is, for certain market participants, it has presented itself as has presented buying opportunity. So since it's currently trading, it's cheaper than what its intermediate and short-term trend, its short-term trend lines, which are the 10-day and the 20-day, are indicating. Okay, so they are for instance, the 20-day trend line, I believe that's what we have here. Okay, the 10-day trend line saying it's indicating a price of $16.87, and the 20-day trend line is indicating a price of $16.26. So, but its price is currently $15.46. So it's, for some people it is a buy, and I would say yes, it's a buy, especially for the long term. By all means do so, and buy it for the long term. Try to avoid the what's it called, the day trading and all that stuff. But if you're not confident enough about buying at this current price, if you want to, by all means, wait to see if it's going to pull back a bit more before you do so. Do so. But we have seen this. We have seen it reach a high of about $18.74. So that was sometime in that was early this year. That's the 14th of January this year. So, and since that time it has continued to pull back, and absolutely it has corrected. So yeah, it's, if you can afford it, by all means do so. It's the company has demonstrated that it has that is Advent itself it's in the right spaces, in the relevant space. It's collaborating as well, and it has the ambition, and it's what it's talking is about is of interest to market participants, and yes, the fundamentals look good, and it's getting interest as it concerns funding, and with sudden prices and all that stuff. So you can see, with an increased price, this is as at the 24th of November. I think it was trading as low as $10.18, but it has since added up to 50% more. So with renewed interest from yourself and indeed other market participants, it will find itself in a good space to finance and fund its operations and fund research, and then it will continue to move on from there, and so this is even outside all the sources of finance. So yes, by all means, if you really have to, like I always say, don't stake a lot of money, just go in there and see what's going to come out. In the very short term, it has presented a buying opportunity, and if you really want to go in, by all means, do so, but do so and leave it for the long term. Try and avoid day trading and coming back to watch it and see how it's doing. So this will now still point back to staking a small amount of money, so that you don't need to be worried and be concerned. And as much as this company is in the relevant space and all that stuff, but it still doesn't have as much pedigree as such. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much, and thank you for pushing this subscriber count to 1,000, and it is growing. So keep subscribing. Let's get the subscriber count to 10,000 and way beyond. Thank you very much.